Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. This is an okay episode. It really got good to me towards the end. Um, I enjoyed it though. So, anyways, here we go. We're just gonna talk because I'm kind of late with the review. I'm not as late as I was last week, but still late nonetheless. Anyways, so they are going to Greece. Um, One thing about it, two things for sure, three things for certain, is these heifers will take a long trip. Remember the last trip they took when they say Meredith was acting a plumb fool on the plane? That was like a 15-hour flight, I believe. And I think they had three different layovers. I think they flew from Salt Lake City to New Jersey to New Jersey. Did they fly to the Bahamas or Miami? I can't remember. And then they had to catch another plane to, I guess, the island, right? I can't remember. Anyways, it took a long time to get there. And I think this time they said it took 2 days. Did they say 2 days? I could have sworn I heard Angie say that was a 2 day flight. I think, girl, I could not do a show like that because I'm scared of flying. Even though I'm supposed to be going somewhere this weekend, I don't know though. I was supposed to go I was actually supposed to go to DC last weekend, but I ordered a coat. The coat didn't come in. The coat is still not here to this day. I'm trying to get in contact with someone and I can't. That's one thing I do not like about UPS or FedEx. It is hard to get in contact with customer service. Anyways, um, so I just don't know those long hour flights. Girl, they would have to, girl, they would have to put a tranquilizer in me, baby. I can't do it. Girl, I would have to be, girl, drunk, girl, out of my mind, high. Girl, they would have to give me like the highest dosage of, girl, melatonin, Benadryl. I'm gonna have to be knocked. That's too much flying for me. Anyways, so they get off the plane, they go straight to the restaurant. Girl, didn't nobody go home, freshen up. Girl, change their panties. Girl, brush their teeth. I'm not even mad at it, girl. After 2 days of flying, girl, let's just get to the restaurant. I'm hungry, right? So, again, I'm not mad at it, but they go straight from the airport to the restaurant. Girl, did y'all see? Um, the restaurant was gorgeous. I'm sure there were other ways to get to the seating area, but the way that they walked was basically across a pool. You know how like they have those steps? It's basically like kind of like you're walking on water, but girl, if you're drunk or if you miss a step, you will fall in the water. Girl, it's like little round stones, and they're just walking over the stones across the pool to get to the restaurant. And I was like, girl, that could really end up, girl, somebody could really end up upset at the end of the night if they miss a step. Because if you miss one step, you are gone. Okay? Anyways, so Angie talks about how she got her fat packs removed. That's what I want to do. Cause I have bags right here. Um, and I want to get them removed, but I heard that they have to go. Someone said that they have to go under in your eyelid, and then I think Angie said they just go right here. I don't know. I just when you start to mess with your face, girl, that's a whole nother ball game. And then when you start to getting close to your eyeballs, girl, I don't got time for it, girl. Girl, you fuck around and hit the wrong thing, and I'm walking around here like this for the rest of my life, girl, tapping on shit. But I want to have. I think that's whatever Angie got done. I think that's what I want to get done. It may not be the same procedure, but I feel like it is. Anyways, I think Bronwyn made a comment like basically same thing like, girl, I'm not messing with my eyes, girl. Good, that's because if you, I don't know, girl. I mean, I know doctors are doctors, but doctors make mistakes too. And I just feel like if they hit the wrong thing, baby, you done. Okay, girl, lights out, literally, okay? Anyways, so Heather and Whitney. Heather purchased a Cartier watch. I couldn't understand what was happening. I don't know if she just purchased Whitney one. I said, baby, I need friends like Heather, baby. Um, So Heather got a Cartier watch. It was only she. Girl, I love. See, this is the type of stuff that I love. Um, Mary asked how much the watch cost. She bought it in the airport. And she's like, "Oh, it was just 6,000." I love stuff that's one of the reasons why I love watching the Housewives, because I love when they are kind of flipping about money, like, oh, just 6,000, like, oh, just 6,000, girl, 6,000, girl. Let me tell y'all something, girl. Y'all know I'm getting me a. I saw this watch I wanted to get for my birthday. I'm trying to wait for it to go back on sale because it went on sale and I didn't get it, and now I'm trying to wait for it to go back on sale because I know it's gonna go back on sale. Anyways, and I think the watch is like $400, $500, something like that. Not too expensive. Ain't no 6,000. And that's just the point I'm trying to make. Like, girl, I'm over here trying to wait for a watch to go back on sale before, girl, I put my number in. And Miss Thing over here, girl, just like, oh, I'm just fine. I just bought a $6,000 watch, girl. But anyways, she said it was duty free, and I don't know anything about that. I Googled it just to see what she was talking about, but I can't go into explanation. Anyway, so it's duty free, and I guess based off of the price and being that they were at the airport, she was able to get, I guess, a second watch for the price that she would have spent if she would have went to the actual Cartier store. I think that's how she explained it. I don't know. The girls who know about that can explain it in the comment section. So I guess that's why I think she ended up buying Whitney a watch too, because it would have been the same price if she just would have gotten one. So she was like, just let me just get two. Kind of like buy one, get one free. So I was like, girl, Whitney, what? Girl, no, I said, come on, Whitney. Because, bitch, you had your customers. Girl, no tea, no shade, Whitney. Whitney Rose, you had your customers walking around here with their necks turning green, girl, with them necklaces that Meredith said you got from Alabama, girl, and Sheen, girl, and you walking around here with 6K on your wrist, okay? Shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond, okay? Shine bright like a diamond. Anyways, they start going back and forth at the table. Girl, nothing there. They're basically saying that Lisa is the only one who wants to have nice things, or she thinks she's the first person to have stuff. Girl, we don't care. It's really just a juvenile argument. And then, girl, let's just get into what we need to talk about. Is my microphone on? Okay, yes, so it's the next day, and they're talking about the men, like, oh, so what do y'all think about the men? No, I think Angie asked, what do y'all think about the men? And Heather was like, oh, they're cute. And so Bronwyn asks, not Bronwyn, Angie asks Bronwyn, so Bronwyn, are you going to get a number while you're here? Bitch, I'm not gonna lie, bitch. Hold up, bitch. Bitch. When Angie said that, the way, babe, the way I looked up at my girl, because I watched the episode twice. I think I was on my phone or something. Girl, the way I looked up, girl, wait, whoa. Why are you asking Bronwyn, girl, a married woman, girl, it's not the fact that she married, because sometimes your married friends be trifling too, right? But girl, I was like, girl, did she really just ask this lady on TV, girl, knowing she's married? Is she gonna get a nigga number while they in Greece? Girl, I said, baby, these bitches are messy. I forgot all about the open relationship that Bronwyn had with Todd. So anyways, she was like, looking out, your little open marriage. That's what Angie is saying. I said, baby, Angie is messy as hell. And Bronwyn this is the thing. One thing I have noticed, and Mary, I gotta stop giving Mary a pass too. Because when it came to the airplane gate, Scooby-Doo mystery with Meredith and Brittany, you know, y'all remember. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I my my answer was kind of solidified once I heard Mary um, co-sign what everybody was saying. But I'm starting to realize that even with Mary, while she might not be lying, I don't know if Mary is also either present in the scenes or she might be putting some sauce on it. Shout out to Ashley Darby and Giselle. I don't know because I felt like to me I did feel like they were trying to twist what Bronwyn said and what was happening. Yes, Bronwyn did run the idea across to Todd about basically an open marriage. I don't think, of course, nobody wants to say open marriage, but she ran the idea across to Todd, but Todd basically shut it down. So now there's no open marriage. The way I felt like they were trying to act like in this scene was like Bronwyn said that we're in an open marriage. No, I think Bronwyn presented the idea to Todd and Todd said no. Or at least she presented the idea, Todd, if you want to see other people, just let me know. And Todd said no. But it never was set in stone that Bronwyn was in an open marriage. Even then they tried to say, basically, you said Todd moved out. No, I don't remember her. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I remember her saying that she told Todd to stay at a hotel because y'all know Todd works out of town. Todd only comes home like on the weekends sometimes, basically. So he comes home and then he flies back out of town. So he flew into town, and when all the shit happened with the person on the plane seeing Todd look at bitches on his phone, she told Todd to just go get a hotel. That's not the same thing as moving out. And that's what I mean by they'll take a situation and make it bigger than what it is. I can almost guarantee you that if you ask anybody in a relationship, even if they got into an argument with their partner, if they told their partner to go get a hotel room for a day or two or three, that is not the same thing as, oh, he moved out. Does that make sense what I'm saying? And that's the way they're trying to make it seem as though what Bronwyn said. That's not the same thing, not through my eyes. Now again, we watch the same show and we walk away with a different perspective. My perspective is not that Todd had moved out. My perspective was, girl, Angie was pissed off and told that motherfucker to go get a hotel room. And then when you leave the hotel room, you can take your ass back to work and then you can come back home. I thought they were low-key trying to gaslight Bronwyn, and I think they were putting sauce on the truth. I do. I never took it as though Bronwyn was in an open marriage. I took it as though, girl, that's what she wants to do. And she presented the idea to Todd, and Todd said no, and so that shut it down. I didn't take it as though Todd had moved out. I took it as though, girl, a couple got into a fight and she told the motherfucker go get a hotel room. But that's not the same thing as moving out. Moving out is moving out. I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. That's how I looked at it. So anyways, they get back to they get back to the villa. The villa is absolutely gorgeous. It really is. It's gorgeous, like absolutely stunning. Girl, you know my friend wanted to go to, was it Mykonos? I just cannot, girl. I need to get over my fear of flying. He wanted to go to Mykonos a few years ago, and I was like, okay. Girl, I never went. Girl. But I kind of want to go to Mykonos now. I know they were not in Mykonos, but they just popped in my mind. Anyways, is it Mykonos? Is that how you say it? Anyways. So they get back to the hotel. Did y'all hear when I tell you, Whitney and Heather are like, girl, bad weather? Is that what Lisa called them? The first, was that bad weather she called them? Anyways, Whitney says she wants to go get some water. No, I think Heather asked her was she going to take a shower, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm going to shower." She was like, "Let's go get some water." And then Heather said something like, "I don't think we have enough time to get water and shower." I said, "Bitch, where y'all going to a well?" Girl, what do you mean? I was like, "Girl, what do you mean y'all don't?" I just caught that. I know that anyways, I was just like, "What do you mean y'all don't have time to get water and go and take a shower? Where are y'all going? Across town? They don't have water and grease in the kitchen?" I was so confused when Heather said that. Anyways, so Heather goes to Mary. And what time is it? I gotta go pick my package up before they close. I got enough time. Yeah, I do. Okay. Um, so Heather goes to Mary, and she basically tells Mary that it blows her mind that Meredith can move on like nothing ever happened. Heather has now. Girl, let me just say this. At one point I had to let Heather go. For those who don't know, Heather was my fave. Heather and Meredith became my fave at the reunion. I remember Meredith like kind of spazzing out a little bit. I was like, "Ooh," but Meredith seems like she's one of those girls where if you push her buttons too much, she'll like scorch the whole earth. I love an ignorant diva. So I was like, she gives me one of those girls where like if you fuck with her too much, girl, everybody better duck and run. And Heather, I always liked Heather because I thought Heather was funny. I always liked Heather. But then Heather is such a pick me. Oh, girl, she just, I will lose respect for people, man, woman, non-binary, when I feel like you are such a pick me to be like friends with people. When I tell that drives me insane. Cause bitch, girl, either we're gonna be friends or we not. But I'm not gonna beg you to be your friend, bitch. Okay? Now I might wanna be your friend, but I'm not gonna do no begging. Okay? Um, so anyways, I just kinda lost, I kinda like she kinda reminds me of like a Shamia, a Sutton in a way, where it's like, ugh. Like, like, like they have the makings to be great, but then it's like that's one of the things that really makes me look at them sideways is how much of a pick me that they can be for friendships. Anyways, so um, Heather and Meredith, two of my girls, are going back and forth. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Heather is full of shit. Heather is full of shit. And to be honest, Heather is full of shit most of the time. Heather is full of shit most of the time. Um, she says that she's not interested in having a one-on-one combo with Meredith so that she can twist and turn and make basically, girl, I don't know what I wrote. Because sometimes I'll be writing, girl, I remember like in college, like sometimes, people be like, "Oh, can I see your notes?" And I would tell people, "Girl, my notes are just for me." Girl, and what I mean by that is, girl, I write just for my understanding. I don't write to make sure that if someone asks to see my notes, that, I mean, you can see them if you want to, but what I'm saying is, girl, you may not understand what I wrote, and I don't have time to be trying to break down everything I wrote. So here you go. But girl, I'm telling you, some shit, I write down just a couple of words. I write down a couple of letters and words that when I look at it, sometimes I will know, and then sometimes I don't know what the fuck I wrote. Anyways, so, okay, she can twist it. Okay. However, she's not interested in. Okay, so what the people she's on. Oh, okay. Okay. So she's not interested in having a one-on-one. The fact of the matter is Heather just wants an audience. Heather wants an audience. We're gonna go ahead and talk about Heather and Meredith because I got to get this out. Heather full of shit. Meredith has tried to be friendly with Heather. She sat beside Heather. She's made comments towards Heather, and Heather does not want to hear what Meredith has to say. Meredith even goes out of her way after Mary brings it up later in the scene, later in the episode. They break off into two groups. You know they do. You know the infamous break off into two groups, and it was Mary, Meredith, and I think Brittany. Was it Brittany? I can't. No, it wasn't Brittany. I can't remember, girl. They broke off. Broke off into two groups. And anyways, so Mary brought up basically about her and Heather having some tension and maybe having a heart to heart. So Meredith, I think it was Bronwyn. It was Bronwyn. So I don't know whose idea it was. It could have been. It could have been. It could have been Meredith's idea. I don't remember. But Meredith ends up buying Heather a necklace as kind of like a peace offering. Girl, at some point, I'm not going to keep begging for your friendship. Because in real life, bitch, I ain't did shit to you. Now, I cussed that hoe out. Okay? And your girl, we got into it because you tried to play in my face. But in the grand scheme of things, girl, really and truly, we ain't really got no issue, girl. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we got into it because of me and her getting into it. Well, I done probably got into it with all of y'all. But girl, in the grand scheme of getting into it, girl, having a problem, we really don't have a problem, Heather. And honestly, I'm just going to be for real with y'all. I don't even remember why Heather is mad at Meredith. I think it was because Meredith, like I guess, called her somewhat of a liar with the story that she was telling. I don't remember, y'all. I swear to God. Whatever it was, I don't think it was that deep to the point. Heather is basically putting 20 on 10. That's what I feel like Heather is doing. Anyways, okay. Let's get back to this. So she says she's not engaging and she feels like Meredith is dismissing our friendship. Meredith is not dismissing your friendship. If anything, Heather, you're dismissing the friendship. Meredith is trying to move forward with you, sitting beside you, making comments beside you, right? Trying to engage in conversations beside you. Meredith even said that she called, I think she called Heather some weeks ago before they made it to Greece, or a week ago before they made it to Greece, and Heather never returned her phone call. So I've called you, you didn't return my phone call. I'm trying to engage with you on the trip. You don't want to engage with me on the trip. So how the fuck am I dismissing our friendship? We'll get back to Lisa and Meredith in a little bit. So Lisa, they're all going to dinner. Lisa is still in glam. Can I say something? This is no shade to Lisa Barlow. I've said this, I'm going to say it again. Lisa, and this is what I put online. Lisa never looks a mess. Lisa never looks horrible. I've never looked at Lisa Barlow and said, "Ooh, girl, she looks a mess." Never, ever. Lisa is always put together. But the way that Lisa and some of Lisa's stands have turned her into this glamazon is absolutely untrue. Lisa is very much bust down in the middle. She gonna give you H&M meets Nordstrom outfit. Nothing about Lisa screams that I have to be in glam and I'm the last one to show up to the scene. Everybody is leaving and Lisa is still in glam. Even when Lisa showed up, Lisa had on a sheer dress and some chunky slides and some Tom Ford glasses. Girl, Lisa always looks like she dresses herself, if that makes sense. When I think of the girls who would have glam based off of how they present themselves, it would be like Dr. Wendy, Erica Jane, Dorit at one time. Because at one point, the money dried up with Dorit, and Dorit was walking around here, girl wearing Levi's and Prada comeback boots. Girl looking like a suburban teacher, looking like a suburban mom. Hello? Who else? Marlo, Bronwyn, right? Even sometimes Mary. Sometimes. Even sometimes Mary, right? I follow girls who look like they have glam squads and they don't. They just fly as fuck and know how to dress themselves. So even if Lisa was just this fly, glam girl, and then we found out Lisa dresses herself, I would be impressed. Like, oh shit, Lisa really can put an outfit together. But when I see Lisa, Lisa doesn't look like she has glam. Lisa looks like she dresses herself. Again, Lisa never looks a mess. But I would never think that Lisa has a glam squad. You know how like when you look at Giselle looks like she does not have a glam squad, but Giselle always look a mess. Girl, Lisa, when I look at Lisa, Lisa does not look like she has a glam squad, but Lisa never looks a mess. But the way that Lisa acts, like, I have to get my glam. I have to get my glam. I have to get my glam. Lisa looks like a do-it-yourself project. She does her own makeup. She's gonna give you that same bust down in the middle. And she's gonna throw on her cute outfit from H&M or Nordstrom. And then she's gonna go about her business. So I'm always confused on why Lisa is always talking about glam. Like even at one point she told the lady, I get my makeup done every day. Lisa, girl, at this point, girl, you can learn how to do your own makeup. It's not like you coming down, it's not like you busting out the scenes, girl, just giving the girls an old nasty beat. Girl. Lisa's makeup always gives you, girl, I did my own makeup before I went to work. I don't know, girl. I'm gonna leave Lisa alone. But y'all get what I'm trying to say. Lisa is not this glam girl that she portrays to be. And even if Lisa was a glam girl and she dressed herself, I would give Lisa her props. I don't know. Girl, I'm gonna leave Lisa alone. So anyways, they get to dinner that night. Oh, the view. Girl, when I say, I'm not gonna lie, I am obsessed with views. People who have been watching my channel, they probably know that about me. Like, I really want to live like in a high rise, like just overlooking the city. Like that's like one of my ultimate goals. I think that if I could accomplish that, I would be okay in life. It's something about views that I love. And so when Bronwyn, no, it wasn't Bronwyn, when Angie, Heather, Brittany, was it Whitney? They made it to the top and they were overlooking the city. Oh, girl. It was, I think Heather started crying. I think Brittany started crying. I think Whitney started crying. It really was like breathtaking. Like I was over here like, oh my God. Girl, like this is really, really, like, girl, it was that. I don't know. I just loved it. So anyways, Mary and Meredith, says she called, oh yeah, Meredith says she called Heather. She didn't call her back. We already talked about that. Okay, so they make us at dinner. Girl. They have to walk up, I guess, a flight of stairs. They get to the top. I heard Mary say, "Girl, we walked all the way up these stairs for this basic ass table." Well, she didn't say basic ass, but basically the table arrangement was very basic. I was expecting something a little bit more, glam. It gave very Lisa Barlow decorated the table. So Meredith gives Heather the necklace. And then you hear, I think Bronwyn said she's trying to like make up with you. Bronwyn said something along those lines. And then Heather tells Bronwyn it won't work. That's what she told. That's what she told Bronwyn. She feels like the woman who has been cheated on, and she says she feels like the woman who has been cheated on, and basically she said Meredith is the husband who thinks that if he gives you a necklace or a piece of jewelry, then everything will go back to normal. Um, Mary gets the conversation started between Heather and Meredith, and Heather starts talking. Meredith responds and basically tells her. Basically, she says, she thought that it was a nice. She thought it was a nice gesture, but if she doesn't like the gift, then she doesn't have to keep it. And then Heather says, first of all, I'm not. Oh, here we go, girl. I don't know what the fuck I wrote. Repeating, R-E-P. What the fuck I wrote? Respecting the gift? No, she didn't put respecting the gift. I don't even know what the fuck I wrote. She said, first of all, I'm not returning the gift, or I'm not resenting the gift. Basically, she tried to say that it's not that she feels a way about the gift. But that's a lie, because you just basically told Bronwyn that her buying the gift won't work. And now she's telling you, well, girl, look, if you don't want the motherfucker, girl, throw it in the ocean. Okay? And now it's no, that's not what I'm saying. That is what you're saying. Girl. You think Meredith is going to continue to beg you, and that's not what Meredith is going to give you. And so Meredith basically tells her that I don't want to talk about this in front of the group. And then Heather Starr says, you assassinated my character. Heather, no tea, no shade. I remember Heather lying on a producer. I think it was a season that I did not watch. And then when I came back, something had happened. I think that's when Heather got popped in her eye by Jen Shaw, I believe. And I think she blamed it on I can't remember the story. I didn't watch. So I really shouldn't even be trying to go down that road, because I didn't watch the second season. Was it the second season or the third season? No, I don't think I watched the third season. Whatever season Mary didn't, it was a season I didn't watch. I can't remember what season I didn't watch, though. But I think that's the season where the shit popped off with Jen Shaw and Heather got punched in her face by Jen Shaw. And I remember people saying that Heather lied on a producer. Girl, she covered up for Jen Shaw. So Meredith, the point I'm trying to make is Meredith doesn't have to assassinate your character, because you've done things along the way that have made people question you. So Lisa starts to talk. And in Lisa's defense, I think this is what Lisa is talking about when it comes to Meredith. And maybe Lisa is talking because they say she was a part of the circus that happened on that plane. But Lisa has said that she feels sometimes Meredith doesn't have her back. And like I said, I get it. Sometimes, like, my whole thing is let the girls fight. But I can see where Lisa's coming from, too. Like, girl, sometimes, especially if I'm getting jumped on, bitch, girl, or if you see people dragging me, girl, say something. Meredith is a type where she'll say, like, for example, at the beginning of the season, they were talking about Lisa. And she was like, we shouldn't talk about Lisa right now. I'm paraphrasing. We shouldn't talk about Lisa right now. We should have this conversation when she's here. But after that, she kind of like shut it down. I mean, she kind of shut down. I think Lisa's point, like in this instance, is like, Lisa could make a point in this instance by saying, see, look how, even though it was a conversation between you and Heather, I still jumped in to try and have your back, if that makes sense what I'm saying. But then Lisa could be jumping in because they also said Lisa was pretty much, girl, Louise to Meredith Stalma when they were on that plane, girl, talking shit to Brittany. She basically tells Heather that she plays like she's Judge Judy in their friendships. And like her word is the final say so. And I have to agree with Lisa. Heather does come across like that. Heather comes across like I can call out everybody else in the way they move within our friendships. But girl, she does act like she does no wrong sometimes. And so Lisa starts to cry and talks about how, I gotta hurry up, and talks about how she shows up in the friendship and how she's hurt her feelings before. When I tell you, bitch, these bitches are dramatic as hell. So Lisa's like, you just really hurt my feelings. You just really hurt my Lisa got that. Lisa got a deep ass voice. Yeah, you just really hurt my feelings. And I just, you act like you're Josh, and then you act like you're Josh Judy, and I just, oh my God, it really hurts my feelings, Heather, and it's just not right. Girl, when I tell you, Whitney was across the table being so dramatic. When I looked up, bitch, when I looked up, Whitney was across the table like this. Girl, Whitney, why are you covering your mouth? Ain't nothing at that table happening that's so dramatic to the point where, girl, is now somebody done knocked the wind out of you. That's Whitney. So, anyways, Heather says that Meredith is very selective about her outrage. And you blew up about a little TikTok and you threw away your friendship with me, Whitney, Brittany. Girl, she didn't throw away her and Brittany was not. Girl, this is my thing. And this is what I don't like. Like I said, do I believe that Meredith acted a fool on that plane? I do. To a certain degree, I do. But also, on the flip side, and I hate that we're talking about the plane thing again because I said I was done. But on the flip side, if she acted that much of a goddamn fool, y'all didn't do shit about it. Y'all didn't say, Meredith, girl, switch seats with me because, girl, y'all doing too much. You didn't say, Meredith, girl, bitch, shut up. Girl, we on a plane. You about to get us all arrested. Y'all just sat there and watched Meredith act the goddamn fool. We don't see no video footage, nothing. Girl, nothing. God, I forgot my train of thought that fast. Hold up. Oh, girl. But Brittany is not a victim at all. And I hate... We know that the girls get real messy on these shows. It is what it is. And they do come for marriages. And they do come for husbands. And they do come for kids. It is what it is. I hate when people act like they don't. Or especially when the housewives act like they don't. When they definitely do. The way that Heather is trying to reduce what Brittany down to just a little TikTok, I don't think that's fair. We've seen Lisa and Meredith fall out. I don't know why Brittany thinks, especially knowing that her and Meredith are not cool, that information she could bring to Meredith and her receive it. Girl, I don't even like you. And you're definitely not going to say anything about my marriage. Yes, it would be different if Lisa probably done it, or if Heather done it, or if Mary done it, right? But they didn't do it. Brittany did it. And that's why she got the response from Meredith that she got, because I don't even like her, and y'all know that, okay? So Heather is trying to reduce it down to some little TikTok. It might be a little TikTok. But she got her ass cursed out because she tried to play in my face. And then she tried to cover it up under the guise of, oh, I was trying to do something nice. No, the fuck you were not. You were trying to be messy and get your lick back because you don't like me either. Girl. Anyways, I put girl shut the fuck up because she fell out with Lisa too before. And then Whitney starts talking. And Whitney says, I think the bigger picture that we're dancing around is we're protecting something that happened. Girl, no, y'all are not. Whitney, stop trying to act like y'all are protecting Meredith from what happened on the plane when everybody has talked about how Meredith acted like a motherfucking fool on that plane. Trying to protect it would be, we're not going to talk about it. Just leave it alone. Brittany, girl, I'm sorry that happened, but girl, just leave it alone. That's trying to protect it. Y'all didn't try to protect Meredith. Girl, if anything, girl, y'all all piled on Meredith. She says, I feel like I see it so clearly. I'm watching all of my friends fight, and you're all fighting because of how you treated Brittany on the plane. That's what she's saying. She's saying that they're all fighting due to Meredith and how Meredith treated Brittany on the plane, and that now because now the friendship, that now the group is divided or broken, and everybody is crying, and it's all Meredith's fault. When I tell you, bitch, baby, the way these girls will pull the okey doke, girl. When I tell you, bitch, the way I was hollering, I said, Whitney, girl. When I say, girl, the girls will really try to pull, girl. They like it's like Whitney, the friendship being destroyed or the friendship being in a place is not due to Meredith and what happened with Brittany. Girl, y'all been a mess. Y'all acting like this season one, and this is the first problem. Like that, you could make a case that that was the case. If this was season one and y'all have never had issues, or even season two and y'all have never had issues amongst the friend group as a whole, and then this happened and now it has damaged the friend circle, then you could probably put it on Meredith. But being that, girl, we're 6 seasons in, and girl, y'all been a mess in this friend group, you're not gonna put the fact that girl, what's ever happening in this friend group is because of a new heifer who just joined the friend group. Because girl, quiet as it's kept, y'all don't like the heifer either. Okay, Whitney, don't forget that, girl, you was rolling your eyes all at at Brittany at the beginning of this season. Girl, stop. Okay. Anyways, she says, "What has happened is you messed up, and we're paying the." That's what Whitney said. What happened is you messed up, and we're all paying the price for it. Girl, Meredith, got my stomach growling. Girl, Meredith really didn't give Heather any type of reaction. I'm all down for paying a girl's dust, but I'm also like, Meredith, girl, you're too educated. You're a lawyer. And the way that you can't get your point across, or maybe she did and they just didn't show it, there's no way that Heather would have been able to sit at that table and talk to me the way she was talking. Girl, we just would have had to have a moment. Heather, you shut the fuck up. The reason why you're so quick to try to dismiss what Brittany said about my marriage is because, bitch, you ain't got a man. But I guarantee you that if a girl came onto the show and started bringing on rumors about what the bitches down in TikTok saying, you would probably feel some way about it too. It's not about having selective outrage. It's about the fact that, girl, I never cared for her. She never cared for me. Now, if y'all want to, I can start bringing on the rumors on TikTok about y'all. Do y'all want to talk about do you want to talk about the husbands? Do y'all want to talk about the rumors? Because I've heard rumors about little Georgia. Ain't that Heather's daughters? We would have had to just put it out on the table. Do y'all want to talk about the rumors? Do y'all want to talk about what the bitches are saying down to the talk? Because we can talk about it. So don't try to dismiss what Brittany did as just little TikTok rumors. Because we can bring on the rumors if y'all want to bring on the rumors. Do you? Because, Heather, you don't have a man. So next in line are your daughters. And I can tell y'all what I heard about them if you want to. Girl, that's how you got to talk to Heather. You would have to talk to Heather like that. Meredith getting up from that table, I thought was a little whack. I'm not going to lie. Girl, I was kind of like Mary when Mary was like, girl, basically, girl, you getting up and leaving? Because to me, again, Meredith is too educated. And she's a lawyer. Isn't Meredith a lawyer? Girl, for you not to be able to get your point across. You ain't got to yell at Heather, because Heather does want a moment. Because Heather don't really have shit going on. Heather does want a moment. But I would have shut Heather all the way. I really would have shut everybody down at that table. Everybody. Including Mary. Y'all gonna stop playing in my face about what this heifer tried to do. Period. I'm not gonna lie, girl. So Meredith got up and left, and then Lisa got up and left. Why Whitney started doing this? I guess trying to say that was scissoring. Whitney, you the last bitch who should be talking about anybody, girl, being kissing lesbians when you can't even go get water by yourself without being tied to Heather's hip. Okay, so if anybody is doing this, baby, it's you and Heather. Okay. Anyways. All right, y'all. That's it. I got to get up out of here, girl. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.